In your homes this morning, clap your hands. We're declaring that there is no one like our God. He is greater than all things. Come on. Sing it out. Water you turned into wine. Open the eyes of the blind. There's no one like you. There's none like you. Into the darkness you shine. Out of the ashes we rise. There's no one like you. There's none like you. He's greater. Our God is greater. Our God is stronger. God, you are higher than any other. Our God is healer. Awesome in power. Our God. Our God. Yeah. We praise you this morning, Lord. Into the darkness you shine. Out of the ashes we rise. There's no one like you. None like you. Our God is greater. Our God is stronger. God, you are higher than any other. Our God is healer. Awesome in power. Our God. Our God. Sing that out. Our God is greater. Our God is stronger. God, you are higher than any other. Our God is healer. Awesome in power. Our God. Our God. Come on. You've got the victory today. Let's march in the battle with God beside us. Yeah. Our God is for us. And if our God is for us, then who could ever stop us? And if our God is with us, then what could stand against? And if our God is for us, then who could ever stop us? And if our God is with us, then what could stand against? And if our God is for us, then who could ever stop us? And if our God is with us, then what could stand against? And if our God is for us, then who could ever stop us? And if our God is with us, then what could stand? Our God is greater. Our God is stronger. God, you are higher than any other. Our God is healer. Awesome in power. Our God. Our God. Our God is greater. Our God is stronger. God, you are higher than any other. Our God is healer. Awesome in power. Our God. Our God. Oh, declare. And if our God is for us, then who could ever stop us? And if our God is with us, then what could stand against? And if our God is for us, then who could ever stop us? And if our God is with us, then what could stand against? What could stand against? Hallelujah.
Good morning, everybody. Got my good friend Mike here this morning.
Hey.
It doesn't look like we're 6 feet apart, but trust us.
We got it. We got it staged out, sort of. Yeah, we're good.
He texted me the other day and said, can I do the devotional with you? And I was like, sure, come on.
It started out as with you, yeah.
Yeah, with me. And now it's going to be him doing it.
how these things go.
But you know, he brought a song to the table last night, and I had never heard this song before. I've listened to All Sons and Daughters before.
Yeah.
We've done several other songs at church, but I've never heard this song before.
This one just seemed really appropriate to me with everything we're going through. The message I'm going to share with you guys too is kind of in there, but it's just letting us know that God's with us. I mean, that's what a lot of the worship songs are that we sing, but this one to me really spoke to this time where we're all quarantined and we're kind of stuck. And
yeah, so if you want to, you can find it online. It's called Alive by All Sons and Daughters, and you can just sing along with us this morning. 2, 3, 4.
A call to all the down and disappointed, the ones that feel like they are done. This is a word to all the ones that feel forgotten. You are not. Oh, you are not. 'Cause we're alive, 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 and we're singing. We're alive, 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 and we're shouting. We're alive, 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 alive in you, God. And we are soaked in all the grace that we've been given, unchained from all that we have done. Your mercy's rising like the sun on the horizon, and we're coming home. Oh, we're coming home. 'Cause we're alive, 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 and we're singing. We're alive, 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 and we're shouting. We're alive, 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 alive in you, God.
Sing it out.
'Cause we're alive, 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 and we're singing. We're alive, 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 and we're shouting. We're alive, 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 alive in you, God. This is a call to all the down and disappointed, the ones who feel like they are done. This is a word to all the ones that feel forgotten. You are not. Oh, you are not.
I'm sure that song rings true for several of you. Easy song to learn if you don't play guitar. I bet you could pick up a guitar and learn 3 chords.
The 3 chords
and play this song
over and over. It's fantastic.
It's a great song. So you want to share with us a little bit?
I do, yeah. So with the song, it really struck me of, I'm sure a lot of us do feel forgotten, especially being stuck in our homes. And you're not. That's one of the things that's really spoke to me. So sharing this with you guys, one of the things that has struck me, Michelle and I have actually moved 9 times in the 19 years we've been married.
Wow.
It's kind of a pastor's life, yeah, right? So you guys have done it too. And it hurts every time. And a few years ago, one of the things that really struck me was I don't want to go. Like sometimes when I get somewhere, I really don't want to go. I don't want to leave. But I know God brought me to where we are, and He's taking us to where we're supposed to be. Yeah. But I still don't want to go. And that strikes me as a very Jonah type of mentality.
Sometimes we go kicking and screaming.
We do. We go, yeah, and I do, and I have. But Jonah, to me, I love his humanity. I love where he was and all this. Where, in fact, I brought my Bible to talk about Jonah, and I don't know. Some of y'all know I make art, but I also draw in my Bible.
Just a little bit.
So here's you can still read it, right? But so I drew all over the Jonah story because it really does speak to me. It speaks to my heart. It speaks into my life frequently, especially at times like this. And in Jonah 1:3 is where God said, "Arise, go to Nineveh. This is a great city. Call out against it, and call out against their evil, and go. I need you to go." God told Jonah, "I need you to go." And Jonah basically was like, "No," so, he didn't want to go there.
Yeah.
And so he ran. And what I find is those times when God tells us to do something and we decide not to, because we don't want to stay inside. Like I know there's introverts out there that like, you're loving this is it, like, oh man, I get to stay on my couch, like, yay. But there's a lot of us that now that we're told, sort of like when you have to do blood work and they say, hey, at 9 o'clock stop eating, 9:01, I am starving.
Yeah.
You know, like this, just because you told me I can't.
Right.
So there's people I'm sure right now they're just dying inside because you can't leave, but we have to go where we're being told to. Like so with Jonah, same thing. God said, I want you to go to Nineveh. He's like, I'm not going there, and he caused all kinds of calamity. You know, he actually went the opposite way. He found a ship. He boarded the ship. He left. He went on kind of a journey, caused some peril for other people. That's part of it too, is the people he almost dragged down with him. My favorite part of that is when he's on the ship and the storms come and everybody's throwing stuff off the ship, trying to make it lighter so they don't drown, and they finally find out, and Jonah admits, like, yeah, it's me. If I would have, you know, done what I was supposed to, if I would have gone where God told me, this wouldn't be happening. You should throw me over. But my favorite part of that is when Jonah says, hey, if you throw me off the boat, all this will stop. That right there, like, not realizing it, but he called people into God's presence. Like, he created a moment in ministry where these sailors who worshipped other gods and who knows what, pagan sailors, stopped, and like I just see them, like, one guy's got his arm and one guy's got Jonah's leg, and they're all standing there and they're like, oh, wait. And one goes, Jonah's God? If this is your will, don't hurt us. We're gonna throw him off the boat. You know, like they stop and pray to him, and they do throw him in the water. Storm stops. Everyone's, hey, it worked. And then this big whale comes up and swallows Jonah whole. So, but that's his moment where he realizes I messed up, and he stops and prays. And all of chapter 4 is, you know, the chapter 3 we get there. He goes to Nineveh. He does the thing. I feel like he does it begrudgingly, like sometimes when we've had to move and change, do it begrudgingly because, like, I didn't want to go, you know, but here I am. The human side of Jonah that I see and that I love is when we get to chapter 4, and basically Jonah could talk to God like Mark and I are sitting here, like, as one of God's prophets. Like, he could hear his voice, they could, you know, converse. There's a great part where they're basically saying, where Jonah admits, like, I didn't want to go because I know that your steadfast love abounds and your mercy is unending, and Jonah would rather be right about how awful Nineveh was than to give them the chance to repent. And for him to admit at the very end, like, first he's told, he's like, no, I'm not going, then he has all this calamity, and then he's like, you know what, I wasn't going to go because I know how much you love everybody. Like, that to me is when sometimes we get to that, it's like, I'd rather be right than understand mercy or to follow the plan that God has for me. And that's part of our humanness too. It's like sometimes, yeah, I just want to be right no matter what the cost, and that's where Jonah went. But
some of us are more stubborn than others.
Some of us are really stubborn. Yeah, I can get there too. I can be really stubborn. But I love the story of that, and to me it's relevant in where we are now, where we're kind of being put into a place that maybe we don't want to be, but through all the live ministry and things like this that we're getting to see and do, we're getting called into worship, we're getting called into ministry, we're getting called into ways to spread the gospel through different means, and that's just incredible.
If you haven't ever read that story before, just an amazing story in the book of Jonah. So check that out in Jonah 4, right?
Yeah, Jonah 4 is at the end where it's all kind of resolves.
Yeah.
All the things have happened. The city of Nineveh did repent. I'm plot spoiling all of it for you. It's a really short book too. It's 4 chapters. Yeah. My Bible has it just on these 2 pages. That's it. That's the whole book. So you could be like, man, I read a whole book.
Worked well for your art.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I know. I love that it was laid out like that. It's one of those, like, Obadiah or Habakkuk. You're like, I read an entire book of the Bible last night. You know?
That's exactly.
And it seems impressive. But chapter 4 is where it really resolves in, and God and Jonah have the heart to heart, and Jonah admits his faults. God shows his mercy, and for us, I think that's a big part. Is a lot of times once we finally stop and turn and tell God, like, I'm sorry, I know that your plans were right, and I should have done that from the get-go. Right. And he's like, it's okay. You know? That's
the thing about God, is he's always there.
Yep.
Whenever we mess up. One of my favorite scenes in the movie is from the movie The Apostle.
Oh yeah.
Robert Duvall. Nobody would make this movie. It was like 20 years ago, and so he funded it himself and did it. And there's a scene in there where he's a traveling preacher, and there's a scene in there where he is letting God have it.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just yelling at God with all he's got, and why am I in this position? What's going on in my life? And the thing that I love about that scene is it shows the humanity of all of us, and it shows that as the movie progresses, it doesn't. You can let God have it all you want. He'll listen to you.
Yeah.
He can take it. And it doesn't change the fact that he's still God.
Correct.
He's still God, and eventually he just waits patiently for us to come to that belief that and that trust that He is God and He's got your best interest at heart.
Absolutely.
So don't feel bad if if you're going through this time like we all are right now, and you're just frustrated and you're just mad. It's okay.
That's perfectly okay.
Let God know how you feel, but just know that He is God and He loves you deeply, and He'll be there right with you through it all.
Yeah.
So.
Here we go. When you move, darkness runs for cover. Move in our hearts, move in our homes.